In this video, we are going to find the first login date for each player. Hello, this is Jagan from Growth Data. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Welcome to the 13th video of our Advanced SQL 50 interview question series. We have different topics to cover, and in this video, we are going to continue with the basic aggregation function. This video will be tagged in Advanced SQL 50 questions playlist, and the code we discuss in this video will be in the GitHub. The link for the GitHub page will be in the video description part. Now let's see the data set first, and we can talk about the question in detail. So we are given a table of users activity. So the player ID, the device ID, event date, and the games played. Basically, it's the player who log into a game through a device on every day and how many games they played on that day. So this is the data set. So the player ID and the event date is the unique identifier. And we have which device they logged in and how many games they played. Let's create the table. So what they're asking us to do is, for this player ID and event date, right? So we have to find the first date when the player got logged in, right? So if you see this, for player 1, he got two login dates, March and May. So the first one is going to be March, right? And for player 2, there's only one login, so there is no option. Player 3 got March and July, so March is the first one. So the expected output is going to be who is the player and what is their first login. Okay? So it's going to be player ID and 1, 2, 3, and you see the for 1 it's March, for 2 it's June, and for 3 it's March. So this is what is the expected output. If you see the previous video, like last day's video, we tracked the last login date on 2024, when is the last time they logged in, right? For that we use the max function at the user level. This is for the first login. So the opposite of max is going to be the min, the minimum, right? So that is what we are going to use. The same SQL, but only the aggregation function changes. This is select from the activity. So what they look for, the player ID and the login. So event date, right? So if I player ID is underscore, if I track this, if I run this code, for every player ID I got the event date. If I go with max, it's a yesterday's question, the last login, right? So it shows an error because we use aggregate function. We use aggregate function, we have to group by GRO. So group by the non-aggregation column, player ID, right? So if you see this, for every user you get the last login, 5, 6, and then July. But we need the first login. So instead of max, we are going to use the minimum function. The code is all the same. So minimum function will take you to the first login. So March, June, and March. So this is what is expected, right? This is very basic. Only thing is you have to know how to use the aggregate function and why you use the group by and what are the columns you have to select. So this is what is the takeaway from this question. So if you want to introduce the Windows function here, same like before, we get this data. So the event date can take this, and then same like before, we use the row number over. For every player we have to find the first date, right? So partition by player ID and the order by event date. So if you put descending, then you get the latest, the last login date. If you leave it blank, by default it's ascending order. So if you run this, event date on a partition by player ID, order by so you don't have to put a group by. So Windows function, you don't have to put a group. right? So if you see this, the player 1 got 1 and 2. So 1 is March, 2 is May. And for player 3, March is 1, July is 2. So it ranks based on the event date. So if I want to get the first login, since it's ascending order, say with all data as, right? So I can select player ID, event date from all data, the CT table where the rank equal to 1. So that will give me the first login date. So if you put max is the last login. Same way, if you put the event date as descending order, it will get me the last login. So if you want to see this code and the create script, then in the YouTube channel playlist, this will be in the advanced SQL 50 question series. So if you go to the description part, you have the GitHub link. It will take you to the code base. So every video will have the corresponding GitHub link, and we are talking about the 13th video. So it's got the activity table, the expected output, and the two SQLs, the general aggregation function and the Windows function. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this and join Grow with Data WhatsApp channel. Where is it? Here. You can join the Grow with Data WhatsApp channel. Hope you like this video and thanks for watching.